You know, I often say I'm a teacher, not a speaker, and I just had a real life teachable moment. You see, I was having a conversation with my son, and he's 16. Now, both my wife and I are college educated. You know, I have a graduate degree, not even attempting to be braggadocious, but my son was just having a conversation about simply like, do I need to go to college? He was talking about how much student debt people have, and you're using so much of your life or years of your life in an institution to get a degree. And I stopped him and I shared things that I've shared with him before, but now it's setting in more because he's getting older. As I keep saying, I'm a teacher, not a speaker. And I shared that getting a college degree, yes, son, it does put you in the top 10% earners across the country. But I gotta be honest, the value of a college degree is not what it was as years gone by. And then he said that he wanted to start a business or be an entrepreneur. And I said, hey, I support that. You don't have to go to school, but if college puts you in the better position, it's time for you to expand. Like, I want you to go to college. But if you have an idea of a business, I'll gladly help support you in that business, but it has to be one or the other, at least for us right now. You have to go to college, or you have to have at least a solid idea of a business that you want to go into. And then I shared an example of a business that another family member has, and he knew nothing about it. So that's when I made the point that, hey, it's time for you to expand. When you get in settings around professionals or just other people, your peers, take that time to network, take that time to speak, get to know other people, join more clubs, get more active, because that expansion is necessary. In science, there's a term known as thermal expansion. I'll give you an example first. Have you ever put a hot dog in the microwave? And when you put that hot dog in the microwave and you put it on a high temperature, when you look at that hot dog, you're gonna see that it's increased in size. And the reason that happens, once again, thermal expansion. The concept of thermal expansion is as an object heats up, its particles move around more, they expand, so the object increases in volume. However, when an object starts to cool down because its particles are moving less and have less energy, then the particles of that object contract and that object decreases in volume. So when I say expand and I apply that to him, I said, you got to get out there. You got to get moving, because when you get moving, what happens? You start to get hot. And when you get hot, you start to expand. So son, this is from your father. I do not know everything, but I'm learning, and I've met some amazing people. I have some amazing people in my network, and even at my age in the early 40s, there's things that I'm going to start applying to my life right now. You are ahead of the curve because you have parents that love and support you. So I have things to share with you, and I'm gonna continue sharing them with you. And once you expand, once you get hot, you realize how easy certain things get when you hit a certain level. I even shared another example, thermal expansion. I remember for years, I'm embarrassed to say, around the holidays, I would make sweet potato pies or my infamous sweet potato souffle. And I used to start by peeling and cleaning all the potatoes and then boiling them and then, making my dish. But one year I was in a hurry and I threw all the sweet potatoes in a pot and I just put it on the boil after I rinsed them off. And when I went to peel them, the skin almost slid off. Now, this was something I discovered years ago. However, that's when it hit. I was just like, wow, all of these years, I spent so much time peeling these potatoes when all that I had to do was put them in a pot of hot water and allow that expansion, that thermal expansion to take place. And at that moment, the skin just slid off of the sweet potatoes. I have to use as much time peeling those potatoes. It's all about that expansion. So if you feel like you've hit a plateau in life, it could be your finance, it could be your fitness, it could be your mental health, it could be your profession, it could be with your relationships. Take some time to expand, and the only way to expand through thermal expansion is you got to get moving. You got to get moving. You got to network. You got to get counseling. You have to research different things. You have to get to know people. Get to know yourself. get moving. And once you do, watch that expansion take place. And whatever you're trying to work on, whatever you're trying to develop, you're going to see it increase in volume. Now remember, I'm a teacher, not a speaker, and I want you to have an amazing day.